Morning, folks. Caleb Mercer here, and this is Quiet Echo. A home paid for should be a home kept. I'm coming to you from my workshop this Tuesday morning. Got sawdust on my boots and coffee in my hand, and something on my mind I want to share with you. I read yesterday that Texas Governor Greg Abbott is campaigning on a promise to let voters decide whether to end property taxes for schools. Now, that's a $42 billion question, and I'm not here to tell Texans how to run their state. But when a governor of 30 million people says out loud what working folks have been muttering under their breath for decades, I think it's worth talking about. Here's the thing that's never sat right with me. You can work your whole life, make every mortgage payment, and finally hold that deed in your hands and you still don't really own your home. Miss a few property tax bills when times get hard, and the county can take it. I've seen it happen to good people right here in Cedar Valley. I'm a carpenter. I understand costs. I know schools need teachers, roads need fixing, firefighters need paychecks. I'm not against paying my share. Never have been. But there's something broken in a system that tells a widow on a fixed income she's just renting her home from the government, the same home she and her husband paid off 30 years ago. That's not ownership. That's a lease with no end date. When I was younger, I watched my parents nearly lose their place after my dad got sick. They'd paid off the mortgage 20 years earlier. Didn't matter. The taxes kept coming, and the county didn't care about hospital bills or mounting debt. They held on barely. But I remember the fear in my mother's eyes, wondering if the home she'd raised her children in would be taken because of something beyond her control. That memory stayed with me. It fueled a lot of anger for a long time. By God's grace, I've found peace with most of it. But the principle still burns. A home paid for should be a home kept. That's not a radical idea. That's the deal America made with working people for generations. You work hard, you sacrifice, you pay it off, and it's yours. Somewhere along the way, we let the tax code rewrite that deal without asking permission. The critics say ending property taxes would blow a hole in state budgets. Maybe so. But I've learned something running a business and serving as mayor. When something matters enough, you find a way. You cut what doesn't work. You prioritize. You get creative. You don't just throw up your hands and say it can't be done. Maybe Texas figures this out. Maybe they don't. But I'm glad somebody's finally asking the question where people can hear it. And I hope the rest of us are paying attention. I'm Caleb Mercer. This has been Quiet Echo, brought to you by publication consultants. They believe in the power of authors. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a cabinet to finish. You all have a good day.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open.